Good morning, everybody. If you wouldn't mind giving me a audio check, let me know if I am working today. Hello, hello, hello. Are we working? All right. Good morning, Zoe. How are you today? Gotta get my coffee going. Especially with that time change, man. I need my go juice today. Morning, Lockchuck. How are you? Let's see. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, playing with my camera here and looking at some of the weird junk I can do on here that I didn't ever know I could do. I got to play with that more. That was really neat. Bring on a 3KS. Somehow that does not sound like much fun. Morning, lock picking llama. How are you? I know one of the things I definitely want to try and get through today is I want to take Snake's lock. I'm going to try and pick this thing open again. And then I want to gut it and have a look at what he did to it. I know he added a 1 pin. I'm not sure what else he may have done. So I want to see what's in it. I haven't tackled this one in a few days, so we'll see if I get there or not. So what is a 3KS there, Lockchuck? Good morning, Spontaneous. If anybody out there wants to hop in, let me know. I will share up a link. Get somebody else in here so you can laugh at me as I struggle bust my way through things. I got to adjust my cameras though. Let's see. Tweak out just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. 12 unsprung sliders. Ooh. Yuck. Yeah, I saw that you got 3 of 13, I think. Yeah, this one's 8 of 13. It is. It's a nice little lock. Fun little pick. There's a little bit of a challenge up front. You know, he added a pin in there on this one. I think he did that probably on all of them. So it's, what, 6 pins in there instead of the traditional 5? Yeah, very cool stuff. And welcome in Not Too Dead. I've slept since I picked it, so now I got to remember what I'm doing. Mr. Charles Watt, how the heck are you, Stu? I don't know what is up with that package that I sent your way. That sucker is like lost in postal hell. It's kind of cracking me up. Yeah, I'm wondering if some of the other pins haven't been tweaked, so that's why I'm wanting to try and get in it and pull it apart and see. I know he added a pin. I need to go to yeah, there's a pretty evil little false set in here, actually, that it drops into and it just does not want to come out. Yeah, it is definitely caught in a postal swirl. It is craziness. But I guess such is life. Oh, you're already here, huh? Thought I was going to have a reprieve from the cat today because he disappeared outside for a bit, but no, he came back. And now he's already here going, hey, let me up there. I want to tell everybody how dumb you are. What, bud? You don't want... Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm going to try my hand at these handcuffs today, see how that goes. No, ow! Don't go biting me. No, I'll put you down. You're going to do that. You can take that any way you want. Yeah. I see it looked like I got closer. I think it's at least in the right state now, so. Are you going to steal those too? You're just after everything, aren't you? I may not get an open on this thing today. I just might have to give up and use the key. Really, you make this really hard to do and I can't see anything, bud. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's my terrorist. Yeah, the supervisor is in the house. He likes to try and steal my picks. Every time I start picking, he shows up. Little monster. Hey, don't mess with the cameras. Darn it. Why don't you go check on somebody else? Go see what your brothers are doing. Or there, I can change the camera view and everybody can look at your butt. Yeah. This is Gizmo, the resident terrorist. Aren't you? Really? Yeah, you don't need to see. It's blind lock picking. Yeah. Don't steal that one either. Hey. No, you can't take off with them. I'm afraid of what you'll do. Oh, anybody want a cat? I'm ready to put him up for sale. Look, you're making a mess. Yeah, you're making a mess. Yeah. Yeah, perfect name. Yeah. He's my resident terrorist. He's the only one that seems to care at all about any of this. But boy, does he. No. Hey, ouch, that's my finger. Oh, goodness. No, you aren't taking all my stuff. I'm not letting you. Good morning, Dean. How are you today? Let's see. No. No. Ow. Oh, you're a monster. You are just a monster. Oof. Yeah, why don't you go? Why don't you hop down for a minute? Thank you. The star has left the building. Yeah, the time changed. Time changed last night. Screws with us all. Unless you're one of those luckies that don't mess with that. Never quite understood that whole debacle. Good morning, Grouchy Lenny. How are you today? I definitely do not have enough caffeine in me for this early morning. Got engrossed in a movie last night, so we were up late. Yeah, that's exactly the way this turd is too. Well, you know that well enough already, Zoe. You've seen him. Every time I go live, man, he's up here. Got to see what's going on. Take over the show. I'll call him my executive director. Right? I've got a bunch of these Master 6835s. I'm going to take a couple of those apart and play with them. I think I can add another pin in there as well and touch those up, see what I can do to them before I send those out to anybody. Got a couple more engraved ones left. You know, I was never a cat person, but these three that we have now are pretty dang funny. And I've got one of them that he's decided that I'm his person no matter what. So that little fart managed to hurt himself here about a week ago. He had to take him to the vet as an emergency after hours. And now they're thinking he might have to have surgery done. Might have tore something up in his hind knee. But when he came home hurt, I'm the first place he went to. Came crying to me. Ticks my wife off because they were supposed to be her cats. Don't look. Hey, look, I picked the lock. Darn thing is kicking my butt this morning. But I am just too curious. I want to see. I want to see what's hiding in here. Once you go cats, you never go back. H core. I would expect nothing less. Newhouse, you never listen. How are you this morning, bud? TV boom, baby. Boom, baby, boom. Newhouse is in the house. Did I give you the right one? I think so. I am still conscious, so that must be it's all right. That is not the right size plug. What did I do? Did I reverse these? Yeah, I did. I gotta figure that out. How did they do with that print? That one looks too big as well. All right. 1, 2. There. Yeah. I don't remember if these had these in it. These are almost all spool pins for the key pins. Looks like they got it now. Right? Come on, guys. Hit the like button. Okay. Let me change cameras to one that'll actually focus. So there. You can focus on them. I know you can. There you can see we got a spool on 1, spool on 2, spool on 4, and the rest are serrateds. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Those are pretty looking locks too. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I like some of these locks I'm seeing. It's very neat stuff. Make sure I'm... Yeah. Okay. Let's put this bad boy back together again, maybe. Well, these springs are pretty crunched up, though. That's kind of crazy. There. Make sure I put these back in the right order, right? Part of the fun. Get this thing back together, and then maybe I'll go play with these handcuffs and see if I can make a fool of myself in here trying to figure those stupid things out. First couple tries I'm going to do are going to be without the double lock set, just so I can make sure I can actually open it. And there we are. Oh, good grief. So how many handcuff videos does it take to become a part of Shackleman? Anybody know? It's kind of like how many licks does it take? Oh, it's an awesome lock, yeah. And it's a fun little pick. I'm not gonna lie. He did a very nice job on these. Very nice. I'm hoping I can come up with something equally as cool on the ones I'm going to be working on. They're not 1100s, but there we go. Yeah, that was a pretty sweet good morning there, Marissa. Holy cow. You better watch it. It might go to his head. Very poetic, yeah. Closest thing I get out of my wife for a good morning is good morning, asshole. What are you doing? I shouldn't say that. She is not mean to me. Any way, shape, or form. Put this back. So I printed out, 3D printed a display for me to house my snake lock. I need to get some different filament because that's all I have is this bright yellow. But I kind of like it. It's kind of neat. So I did one, threw mine in. So I've got that set up here next to it as well. I got to figure these things out. So that one goes there. These two are like the exact same size, so they don't really fit. Huh. I'm going to have to, there it goes. There. All right, let's get this thing out of the way. Let's get you guys set up there. Change the world, move a rock. You're up to something new and exciting, are you there, new house? You got to keep it hidden. All right. There we are. Viper Tex. I had never heard of this brand before, but I saw them on a couple other videos, so I thought, well, looks like a good starting point. One thing I was looking at these, I don't know. I guess you could probably get in there if you have the right tool for shimming them. I don't have anything to shim with, so it is what it is. They just barely fit my wrists, man. I'm telling you what. All right, where to start? I'm going to try using this little hook that I've got first. Maybe I haven't used this hook before to try and do anything, so might have to go back to one of my others that I know I've used in practice. I was just looking at that one thinking that'd be a good one for it. And there we go. How about this side? Oh. Boy, I tell you, that's one thing, boy. Old eyes, I'm telling you what. I just can't see shit. I do not have a notch decoder, no. That's what I'm saying. I really don't have anything I think that would make a suitable shim. There's one that comes in on the back side. I struggle with the back side of these cuffs. Huh, broke one of my cuffs. Oh, all right. Yeah, you know, where I live at, I don't know that we have, I don't think I've ever found or seen a street cleaner bristle. But of course, I don't know that I've hardly ever seen a street cleaner. Yeah, I think that's what that is. I've never measured that pick to see, but I think it's a 20 thousandths. I think that's what that is. All right, let's try something different. All right, let's go. You know, one thing I was playing with, these lovely little clips actually, with that little end, works quite well. Yeah. If you live in a big enough place where they run those things around, I suppose, but I am not one of those places. See, this actually works better than a lockpick, or at least that lockpick. But the thing I found with this one is it's too thick for me to come down the backside to get to the. Yeah, you know, I gotta say, knock on wood, I do not have any broken picks yet. I haven't busted one off yet. But it'd be kind of fun to do. Yeah, it sounds like it. I think I've seen street cleaners around here. I know they have them. I know they run them around. I don't think I've ever found a bristle, but they really don't come through our neighborhoods. They hit some of the main roads. It's really weird. So I live in a decent sized housing division in this town. They don't bring snowplows through. We can have 3 foot of snow. We're on our own. So everybody's out there with whatever they've got trying to clean the streets. There's got a couple guys down the road that they bring home their backhoes and use those. Oh, what did I do? somehow. There we go. See, that's why I got to keep the keys handy. Oh, bent a 19th thou Jimmy Long, huh? Dang. That would take a little effort, I would almost think. The other ones that I found that actually work really well, the 25 thou dog leg. Makes for a heck of a nice little, I don't know if any of you caught Bumpy Bones' video yesterday. He dropped a review on the dog legs, and as part of that, he picked several sets of handcuffs using them. He was talking about how he's racked on them pretty hard, actually, and hasn't managed to bend or break one yet. Boy, I'm gonna, though. Part of it is coming in here with the wrong hand. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Maybe I should turn this one around and make it the one in the front. See, I just can't get in there. I struggle. The struggle is real, folks. Oh, I'm gonna end up jacking something up with that. And I have this smaller clip. This one I can get into everything with. Broken quint rake, almost. Yeah, that would be pretty close, wouldn't it? It wouldn't take too much to get that up to where you need it to be. I mean, I really don't think I want to break something just for the sake of having a tool, but I might have a couple of tools that I just never use that would be a sacrificial candidate. Man, I'm telling you what. Go back to the tool that I know works. See, I still got learning to do. I don't know why I struggle so hard with this one, but I'm thinking maybe I'll have to put this one on the front side. Maybe that'd be easier for me with my goofy hand that just says, screw you, we aren't going to cooperate. See, this is why I want to do a few without. Well, that's why I've been kind of going around trying all kinds of different things. I did do the whole paperclip thing, and as long as I don't have the double lock set, I can open it with that. But if I lock the double lock, it just likes to bend it. And that might just be these cuffs might be a little stiffer on the double lock end of the world. Pocket dump submission. Yeah, I did mine yesterday. Talked about my LED light debacle. There we go. Man. See, that is just a struggle bus for me. Something fierce. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by you attempted. Morning blasting bypass. How are you? So, what was I going to try and do here? I want to change it up this way, I think. So I want to put this one forward, that one backward. Yeah, I don't know how some of you guys do these, man. You guys are far better than me at this stuff. I was really good at putting them on people. I wasn't so good at taking them off, you know. See, that made that a lot easier. Practice. Practice, practice. That's a pocket dump. You can't do a pocket dump wrong, dude. I'm just saying. It's a pocket dump. Just throw out what's in your pocket, talk about what you towed around with you. You know, that's part of the fun, right? All right. So now that we did that, let's take and put these back in. And ooh, handcuff pointers from Greyhound. Yeah, I don't think anybody's getting any handcuff pointers from me. Other than effective putting them on. Yeah. Oh, I hear you. It took me a little bit to kind of figure out the whole posting thing as well. Yeah. Garage heater sounds like a jet. Yeah, I think it did. Undo the double lock. Maybe. And there we go. Woo! Oh, you can't hear. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate. I get to hide away in my basement. I don't have to do it in the garage. I need to get a heater for the garage, though. I'd like to get that set up a little better for doing some more work out there during the winter, some woodwork. I got pretty fortunate. We bought a new house about 3 years ago, and that was one of my key things is it had to have a garage. I've been tired of not having a garage for all these years. So this one has a 3-car garage. So first 2 stalls are cars. Third stall is my playroom. What? What not to do pointers? Hey, I've gotten out of them, haven't I? All right. Come on now. Give me a little credit. It's not that bad. It's not that good, but it's not that bad. I just want to see if I have anything that'll fit. I don't think I have anything thin enough to slide down in there. These are actually pretty tight tolerance handcuffs, honestly, for a cheap pair. So I got to find something that I can flatten out, or I'll just break down and buy the Shackelman Club pick set. You aren't supposed to be handcuffed to the radiator. You're supposed to be handcuffed to the headboard. Come on, blast and bypass. Get it right. If you're handcuffed to the radiator, you did something way wrong. All right. Yeah, as you can see, I played with the paper clip a little bit. It's kind of bent up and tore up. It's a play shop for new house. Yeah. That's what my wife was trying to say that ours was going to turn into. And I said, absolutely not. There will always be room for the cars in there. And my wife was like, we don't need a garage. That's just stupid. Now we have a garage. And she's like, oh, it is so nice. I don't think I'll get her to be in one without it again. All right. Well, there we got those. So, what else? I'm going to have to watch some of you guys' videos and see what some of the other goodies that you're doing with these. I need to get another pair or 2 at some point as well, do some more playing with some others. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, with these things, I put my wrist in there. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not. Those are a snug fit, man. I've had them on before in training back in the day. I've never had a pair that were this tight on the wrist. But I guess, they are Taiwanese, a little smaller wrist maybe. Yeah. I hear you about the size of the garage, and that's where the wife was kind of ticked. She would have rather had, I think, a bigger house. And I'm like, it's 2 of us. We don't need a 4,000 square foot house. Yeah, Stu, you need more cuffs. How many hunkin' pair do you have anyway? I've seen you with quite a few of them lying around. Well, here's something else I wanted to hit it up with. My little pocket set. Move my wrenches aside. You know, watching your videos, you know, you've got a lot of them. He has new fancy ones. I saw those red trainers that were being sold out there. They looked kind of interesting. They don't have a double lock though, am I right? Is that what I gathered on those? Oh, now that 20 pair, huh? Now that works well. So using the Southern Specialties pocket pick set, I'm using my dog leg pick that's in there, but I set it out as an angle instead of straight. That makes it easy to get in there. That worked. That's probably the best tool I've used yet for them. Got a decent little hook here too. Maybe we'll try the hook. And 20 pair. Well, this is the only pair I've got. All right. Oh, I want to, where to do with them? There we go. Let's go in here, double lock. Double lock. And let's see how this does for that. Yeah, 750C Peerless ASP trainers don't have a pawl lock. Ah, okay. Because I thought I saw that on one of those that it didn't have a lock on the training model, which is probably fine. Not a big deal. You know, don't really need a double lock on a trainer set. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. If you guys haven't tried that pocket tool for that yet, I'm gonna have to buy some blanks from him for this and make a custom one to add in here just for picking handcuffs. I don't know. That one's pretty good. The dog leg was pretty good. I'm guessing the reach tool would work well. So I'm thinking in here, you probably use either one of the dog legs, use this reach. I use this mid hook. Yeah, that's awesome. Handcuffs to make me a skip rope. That's funny. Yeah, I want to get some of the other brands, some of the better ones. I don't know. Like I said, these for what they cost are actually a better handcuff than what I was expecting when they showed up and I was going over them. They were pretty slick. One thing I was curious about in here is I saw they have, I'm going to use my other camera here, just going to show that. These operate independent? They don't operate independent. Because it's got like a double pawl down inside of it. So I was curious if they actually operated that way. So if you could just shim, if you shimmed one side, you wouldn't get anywhere. But let me get over here so you can maybe see that. You see how it's split down the middle in there? So it looks like they'd operate as two independents, but pressing on them, they don't. You move one, it moves the other. So, yeah. So I don't know why you'd split it like that down the middle instead of just make it one solid piece, but hey, whatever floats their boat for their manufacturing. Your Peerless come tomorrow. Yeah, I was looking at that. You know, one of these days I need to place an order. And over at Southern, and he's got the Peerless, I think. I think he has Smith & Wessons as well. And his prices aren't bad on those either, so maybe I'll have to throw a set of those in an order. I'm going to order a couple other things there. Let me ask you guys what you guys think. I've got something kind of worked out with multi-pick. Do you think, I'm thinking about ordering a batch of the Sandman beginner sets. Do you think something like that? Think they'll sell? Think there'd be enough interest in something like that to make it worth my time to go through all the importation headache of those? About the last pair of 700s, huh? Have you messed with these at all, Stu? Have you shimmed on these? Because it looks to me like these would take a fairly fine shim as well to get in there. I just don't have anything thin enough to even try it. Oh, I'm sure they will. They do a good job of keeping up on things. Yeah, back in the day when I was doing it, somebody was saying, well, you used to be a cop and you don't have any handcuffs. Well, I never actually owned any handcuffs. All of mine belonged to the departments. I think I had one pair. I bought a couple of the long extended keys, and those were what I used, but I believe I gave those away to another officer after I left the department. You don't have the Vipers yet. Yeah, like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised for the money, how nice they are. The one thing I noticed when you double lock these things, I'm not able to undo the double lock with the paper clip. It's just too tight. It just bends it up. I actually busted off the tip of this in one of them yesterday, so I had to fight to get that out of there. But yeah, maybe if you have the right paper clip, mine's this is a pretty thick paper clip here, so it don't fit in there. But maybe a thinner paper clip would go down in there. I don't know. Oh, let's see. I think we got new house in the house. Howdy, sir. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
You don't fit in there. All right.
That's why I was going to. Is there a way I can put this?
Clip would go down in there. I don't know. Go over here. I think we got mute that one. There we go. New house in the house. Howdy, sir. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Just another marvelous day. Not too bad.
That's good. See, figure out how to rotate this. There we go.
It's the one thing I don't like about using Restream is I can't reverse the video on my camera. Now,
You mean mirror it?
Yeah, I can't mirror it. So I can't flip it around so it actually shows the right direction. So it always looks like everything's upside down. But if I do it through OBS Studio, I can. But the problem with OBS Studio is if I use OBS Studio to stream with Restream,
Yeah.
I can't invite guests.
So if you go into your I don't know how your screen looks, but on mine I have 3 little dots at the bottom to the right of the thing.
To the right of the what?
The camera, the little camera symbol.
Yeah.
Okay, if you click those 3 little dots and then go in settings for the camera, it should have a little slider beside.
It's got a mirror in there, but I'm not talking about mirror. I'm talking about flipping it. So to turn it 180 degrees. So it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
so it doesn't show backwards, so it'll show the right direction.
I got you. I got you.
Regular cuff shims work perfect on them. Yeah, that's what I need to get. I need to get some cuff shims. So
I
I'm
can
gonna.
get my camera to flip on here so you guys can see me right and pull the screen up. But then I can't see anything that's going on the camera.
Yep.
The website shrinks
Which
and then we scroll up.
that's not a big deal for me because I've got it all up on a screen in front of me on the computer. I don't do it from my phone, so it doesn't get in the way that way. So I can do whatever I want to with the cameras.
I can go like this. Looks like I fill out.
Yep.
But then I can't move to see anything.
Yeah, I've got the one camera's direct overhead shining down on me, and then the other one that I use is off to the side, so that way nothing's in front of my hand, so I can actually still work and do things.
I guess like that, I can see, but I can't see you. But I can see what I'm doing.
Yep. Yeah, that's where I played with a little bit of that with the just doing it off of the computer at one point, or off the phone, and
Oh,
I like doing it from the computer way better. It's just a lot easier.
that's a good point too. Is I have the computer right beside me. I guess I could just turn it on and pull up your stream and watch from there.
Yep.
It'll be delayed a bit, but
Well, so I use Restream on one screen and I have YouTube on another monitor because there's such a lag on the chat. So I'll watch it on the YouTube screen because it's quicker, comes in faster.
absolutely.
But hey, it's what it should get for being a tech geek, right? I've got cameras and screens all over the place, and then I've got a tablet. I've used that before as well, but
What I figured out by accident yesterday was unless I get a pair of headphones that plug in to my microphone, I can't use my microphone when I have somebody else on stream.
that's too weird. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it plugs in through the headphone jack on the phone.
Yeah, but it should be
So
able to use the mic through the headphones, right? It should.
yeah, they can hear me, but I can't hear them is the issue.
That is just bizarre. Maybe try a set of Bluetooth headphones and see how those do for you.
Yeah, I thought about that. I have a pair,
Yeah.
but all the audio as it is wanting to go through.
Because you can change your microphone and your speaker settings in Restream as well.
Okay, I haven't really tried stream yet.
Yeah, so like in Restream, I can change and I can use a different headphone or different microphone and a different speaker setup through there. I can swap it around to whatever I want. Got some Sparrow shims that work great. Yeah, I know I kind of bash on Sparrows, but they do have some of their stuff that's pretty decent.
I don't mind Sparrows. I've used Sparrows for years. My only issue with the reason I don't use them no more is because it's kind of hard to sell one company's product and use another company's products in all your videos. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. One of the early ones that I bought was the Sparrow's Tuxedo set. And once I got handles on the picks, it made them a little bit better. But I never pull these things out and use them anymore because my other picks are just so much better. I just they're there. They are what they are. Maybe at some point they'll just end up in a giveaway or hand them out to somebody who's needing an intro set. They're a good starter set.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're a far cry from my favorite picks. Especially now I've got some Jimmy Longs. I've got the Moke Workshop. I don't use these a ton because they are a little thinner material, but I do like them. They're very nice picks. Very nice.
Yeah, the
Huh?
only that I own are Southern Specialties and Sparrows.
Yeah, I've got a couple different sets. Well, and then I have the original first set I bought. I bought at Black Hat conference, and they were no name. They didn't list anything, but in doing my research, I'm pretty sure they're from Tool, which are made by Southern Specialties.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I have. I have the original Essential 9 set that I bought. That was probably my second or third set.
Yep. Now, I did buy the monkey paw from Sparrows, the one with the artwork on it. And it's a beautiful little pick. I love the look of it. I don't
Hmm.
really like using it very much, but it's one of those to add to the collection just because it's cool.
Yeah.
So, but anymore, I I pretty much solely have been using my dog legs on everything, and they haven't let me down yet.
Yeah.
I've been playing with the heavy ones. I prefer the standards over the heavies. The heavies are great because man, you can put a lot of force on with them, but they're
Mhm.
just a little thick for some of the keyways. It's like Bumpy was saying yesterday. You end up hitting like pin 1 when you're trying to get back there to pin 6 or 7.
Exactly.
It's a little too thick, but for a lot of things, and again, I've picked every lock I've got with the heavies, and they've opened everything I have, so I can't complain about them. I need to get on my CAD program and do some drawing because one of the things I was talking to Aaron about was making another set, but making them with a deep hook.
Okay. And that's what I need to learn how to do is CAD.
I have not done much of anything with it. Um, if you want to check on it, one of the things that I would recommend is Tinkercad.
Okay.
It's an online and it's free, and it makes it really simple to at least start learning how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I I have a guy that's a machinist that does some work for me.
Yep.
And then one of the things I would like to eventually get is, have you ever heard of the company Ghost Gunner?
Yeah.
Okay, well they have a fairly reasonable priced tabletop CNC machine.
Yep.
The new version can cut steel.
Yep.
Well, I would like to get that, and it's open source, so you can put whatever program you want through it.
Right. Oh yeah, spontaneous. I'm not saying that the monkey paw is not a useful pick. It is. It works quite well. Um, I just have others that I like better, and this one's just sitting pretty. I don't want to mess it up, so like I said, that one's just more of a collector pick. But yeah, they're not bad. And like I said, before they closed shop, I was really bummed when they shut down. I bought these slide-on handles from It's Tactical and put on these Sparrows, and man, that made a huge difference. That made them night and day better picks.
I bet you can print out some handles.
Oh yeah, these are nice rubber ones though, so they've got a nice grip texture. But oh yeah, I could. And now that I've got a 3D printer, I can do a bunch of that. I just need to get some different filament because you know.
You know what I used to do for handles is and it's I can't get it anywhere anymore unless I order it online. Is plasti dip.
Yeah, I bought some and I did some of that on some handles, and it
Yeah.
worked fine for a little while. But then it kind of started getting almost a little gummy and peeling apart off of it. And
I never used mine long enough to run into any of that.
yeah, so I ended up peeling it off, and that's when I found those through It's Tactical, and they were great. But when they closed out, that really bummed me out because, like, I don't know if you ever saw his zipper pouches that he had. He was selling them
No,
for like $4 a piece, and those things I've got like 5 of them. They are absolutely amazing.
I
Absolutely love those.
so I got everybody's package made up for the coins. I just got to get them sent out. I'll get them sent out a couple at a time. But I threw in some of these wire key rings for you that I use for the cuffs.
Oh, sweetness, sir.
So they last a little bit longer than the paper clips do.
Yeah, the paper clips get a little weak, and like I said, I actually had one bust off in there the other night. So
I've had the same problem.
took me a
Whereas
little bit to get that little piece out of there. It was in just the wrong spot, so it was actually blocking
I
the
mean,
keyway. I couldn't put the key in.
I made this new one just for a video, but I still have the original one that I made somewhere sitting around here that I've been using for months out of these keyring wire.
Yeah, Newhouse, your secretary should be handling all of that.
Well, technically, she's the one that put all the packaging together. I just told her what to put in it.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, I saw the challenge yesterday. I'm waiting to see her video show up now.
She did. She posted it already.
Oh, did she post it? I got to go find that one. Check it out.
Yeah. So if you go, I made a playlist of all the entries so far. So she's in there if you just want to go to that playlist.
Yep. Oh, I'll go check it out. Yeah. Always hear her in the background, so it'd be fun to check out a video.
So far, I have Broke Picks, Lock Picking Llama, Nick Picks, you, Lock Junkie, and Rock Out in her.
Nice.
Ends the 12.
You know, I see everybody's still talking about sparrows, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I ordered sparrows when I first started." Yeah, and like I said, they're a good starter set of picks. I don't have any complaints. I can open up my locks with them just fine. I just find that some of the others are a little more comfortable and just feel a little better for me. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them.
My issue that I ran into when I first started is I didn't know that Southern Specialties was a company then. But this was years ago. And
hey, Snake.
Most that I looked at were either overseas
Yep.
or Peterson. And I don't like the big thick handles on my picks. Like the most that I'll ever really do is these laminated ones. I like that because you can fit more in the case.
Yeah. I will say I do have these 3D printed ones from 44 Delta that I use, and I actually really like those. I wasn't sure that I would because of how thick they are, but doggone, man, they're comfortable.
Oh, and I'm absolutely positive that having the thicker handles could make it more comfortable. I'm stubborn, and I would rather be able to fit 19 more picks than one handle in my case.
Well, and I think they may relegate because I'm in the exact same point as you. They may end up being my bench pick set. Put a set here with the handles on them, and use the thinner ones in my case. So again, I can hold more in it. But even with that, I'm using that medium case from Southern Specialties, and I think I've got 14 picks in there, and that's with the set of them with these thick handles on them. It's crazy what'll fit in that case.
I wish I would have known about Southern Specialties 10 years ago.
They're awesome. They're very, very good. And, I know there are some that are maybe using a little harder, better steel, but I haven't bent or broke one yet. Well, actually, I did. I bent my 16 thousandths monkey paw. I bent that sucker up so bad the other day. I mean, it looked like a damn pretzel. And it was not anything wrong with the pick. It was what I did to it.
That's how I hit mine, the 16,000th elephant trunk there.
Yep.
It kind of bowed back, but that's because I was just being real rough with it.
Well, mine was sideways. And I just turned it into a big old S. And I straightened it back out, and heck, it's just fine. Didn't hurt it.
You used it for cuffs, didn't you?
No, I was messing with a lock. I had picked it, and I was going to go turn the core back, and I grabbed the wrong pick. I was going to grab my 25 thousandths to turn the core back, and I grabbed that one, and when I went to stab it into the keyhole, I hit right off to the side of it a little bit and just completely folded it up.
Yup. I bent the crap out of one of my hooks trying to use it on a pair of cuffs.
Yeah.
I won't do that no more.
Well, now that I've got these, I'll have to figure out a few more tools and a few more things to play with these to challenge myself on them. And turning both of the keyways backwards, I guess that might be a bit of a challenge too. Like I said, man, they're a little snug on my poor little wrists.
Yeah, see, and I have the opposite problem. I'm just so small that I can damn near close them all the way past all the.
Yeah, I get about 2 clicks on mine, and that's it.
Yeah,
and they're snug top to bottom on my wrist. So, but I've never been accused of being a little guy.
I can do that, and then just take a pick and shove in there and pop it open.
Yeah, then Jimmy. Yeah, I do like my Jimmy Long picks. Those are some freaking amazing picks. They really are. I just have the one set. I have the gem hooks, but they're great.
I'm at the point now where I can't fathom buying any picks other than what I buy from Southern Specialties, but that's just because, like, you're probably in the same boat as me as how you get some of their picks and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
But I just tell them, hey, add this to my order.
Yep. That's what I'm doing. I mean, that's, I bought the Jimmy Longs. The Mokies were given to me, so
They
I'll
make
get
it.
a set of those to play with, and those are amazing picks. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, everything I'm buying is all Southern Specialties, and I can't say enough good about them and about their equipment.
Grouchy Lenny.
I need to work on. I've talked to Aaron already about taking the monkey paw and making it a deep hook. I
Yeah.
just need to throw it into a CAD program and design that and send them off what I want, and we're going to try those out.
Grouchy Lenny said Jimmy is selling singles now.
Yep, I did see that.
I tell you honestly, I do. For Aaron, is say I want something like what you're describing. Is I will take it and overlay it like this.
Yep, that's what I've done.
Take a picture and send it to him.
Yep.
And make it black and white.
That's what I've done. I've taken it into like GIMP and done a little slice and a little adjust and kind of move it how I want it, and then throw that out and send it his way, and that's all he's needed. So
Yep.
I just need to get after it and do it. I just haven't done it for that design yet.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of excited about that. I think a little deeper hook, but I want to go with the standard, not the heavy, because I think the heavy with a deeper hook would be really hard to get back into a keyway.
So are you thinking something like this?
Yeah, maybe even a little deeper than that.
Like the medium.
I don't know if you've had a chance to mess with these at all, but with the standard, it's actually a decently curved down hook. So I really want to drop it down a little bit more, maybe into like a deep hook instead of a medium.
In your dog legs a little deeper?
Yeah, I want to make the dog legs deeper.
I got you now. I thought you meant just like a standard deep hook.
No, no, I want to take the dog leg and convert the end of that into a deep hook.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to get that STL file uploaded for you for that cap that I made for your wedge.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Huh?
I'm not sure about how Fourth Wall works, if it'll let me add one for free, but I'll figure out how to get it to if not.
It does. You can do digital downloads on there for free.
Okay, awesome. I wasn't sure.
I've seen that out there. Yeah. I've been carrying around that wedge since I got it from you, and I've had one of these caps on it now for about the past 3 days, and it never comes off. It stays on there very nice. It's a nice snug fit. It comes off easy enough when you want to use it, but just enough to kind of protect your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, and to be honest, I didn't even think about being in somebody's pocket when I designed them. I was honestly thinking, because this is how I carry my keys.
Yeah.
See, I carry like that attached to my belt loop.
See, I don't. I used to a long time ago, and I've gotten to where I absolutely hate that. My key ring has my key on it, and that's my vehicle key, and that's it. There's nothing else on it.
I got you.
So I carry them in my pocket, and that's it. So
I do it to keep stuff out of my pocket.
Right.
Because I put my wallet in my right front pocket, and in my left front pocket's my phone.
Yeah, see, I don't put my phone in my pants pocket either. I use either a belt pouch or I've got it in a shirt pocket or jacket pocket or something like that. But I don't put it in my pants pocket. Although I do have, if you've ever heard of Victos pants or gear.
No, I have not.
They make gear for concealed carry.
Okay.
And those actually have on the sides, kind of between your front pockets and your rear pockets, is a almost hidden pocket on each side that's actually big enough to hold an AK-47 mag in each side.
Oh, damn.
Right? I use a lot of those. They're the most comfortable jeans I've ever had. And that pocket works beautiful for my phone. And that way it's out of the way. It's not in my front pocket. It's not in my back pocket. I'm not sitting on it and breaking it. And
are they blue jeans?
yeah, they're blue jeans. They're amazing.
Will you send me a link for those when you?
Absolutely wonderful.
Because I'm in the market for some blue jeans, and I can't find any that are decent.
Yeah, and it was pretty comical. I've bought a couple pair of them, and I have one that's a dark blue, and I've had them for, good grief, a year. I've been wearing these pants for that long.
Yeah.
My wife didn't have a clue. It was funny as all get out. And she's like, where did you get these jeans? Those are really nice jeans. I like the way they look. And I said, I've had them forever. She goes, and they still look as blue like that? Yeah, these have been washed I don't know how many times, and they just stay. They're outstanding.
My issue is I need an extra pocket to put my lockpick case in.
Yep.
I don't want to throw it in my back pocket and sit on it, but I don't have room in my front pockets for it. So I was looking at like cargo pants and things like that and carpenter jeans. But all the ones that I found have bad reviews. They're like, wore them for a couple months and then they started tearing up.
Yeah. And, they're all right for a little while. Actually, I lied to you. They're not Victos. They're Vertex.
Okay.
But I'll throw you a link over to their site. They're amazing to me. They're the best I've had yet.
The awesome part is the garage door company I work for gives us a little bit of a clothing allowance. So I'll have them pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're about $80 a pair.
Oh dang!
But they are amazing to me.
Worth it.
And I have a really hard time finding pants to fit. I have to go out and order them online because nobody here locally carries pants that will fit me. I don't have that big of a waist. I wear a 36-inch waist, but I need a 36-inch inseam.
I have the same problem, but that's because nobody carries a 30-30. They're hard to find.
See, and that's damn near all I can find in our stores here. It's stupid.
Really? See, where I'm at, like even Walmart, I'll go to Walmart and look at pants, and they have like a 32-30, but they won't carry 30-30s.
Yeah. Depending on the jean, I can wear a 34 in some, but most of them are 36.
Yeah. See, I
can send you the link over to their site. The ones I'm using are the Vertex, and they actually have those at about $50 a pair.
But, I can wear it with a belt, but I'd prefer my pants to fit right. I'm going to wear a belt regardless, but I'd still prefer my pants not to be 1.5 inches too big.
Yep. Now, the other cool thing with these, for you guys that are handcuff gurus, they actually have a hidden pocket in the backside for handcuff key.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just saying. I understand their Gucci prices, Grouchy, but, sometimes Gucci prices are worth it.
Talk to Dad's on his way to go buy some right now. Had to say that.
They're amazing. I really like, and they have a pocket back there, and then they have like in the zipper seam in the front, there's a little small pocket there that you can drop stuff in. Morning, Broke. How are you today?
How you doing, man?
But they've got just enough stretch in the material, so I can't say enough about them. They're absolutely amazing. Oh, let's see here.
The other thing I'd like to find is a wax denim jacket. Wax canvas jacket.
Yep.
Yeah, handcuff key pocket does justify the price.
It doesn't?
47 pocket. That's even double.
Well, and like I said, you can get those for like 45 a pair for the ones I'm wearing, and so that's not bad. That's that's about the same as going down here and buying a set of Levi's or Wranglers. It's cheaper than Levi's.
Well, and the Levi's will fall apart in a year.
Yep. Oh, and I've had these. Well, I've got 2 pair of them right now. I want to get a couple more, but the one pair I've had for probably going on almost 4 years now, and you can't tell it. There's no wear in them at all. For me, the neat part was all of the magazine pockets on that thing. Holy cow, man! Because I go to the range and I play and I do a lot of shooting and junk, and I can throw 2 30-round AR mags in there, or a 2 for my AK in there, plus room for pistol mags. I mean, I can really fill that bad boy up.
See, if I buy the pants that fit Rock Out, I can still fit my concealed carry.
Yep. And that's with these. I buy them in the right size, and they have enough stretch and room for me to open them up and appendix carry my handguns. So it's wonderful. Like I said, they're outstanding. I definitely need to pick up another pair or 2.
I filmed another short last night that I haven't shared yet, but I got this little Lego guy with this little samurai sword.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder. So, if I have this lock, and it's locked, and I take the little sword, now it's not going to work. I'm trying to show you.
Right. Seems like those little locks, you can open them with just about anything. Usually.
There we go. Got it.
I designed out a new T-shirt on my store, and I'm planning on trying to get me one ordered up before I go to the Black Hat conference this year.
Yeah.
So I can bring it down there and wear and advertise my channel as I'm at their lockpick stand. If you've never been there, it's kind of cool. They have a Tool USA is there, and they put on they have a lockpicking booth.
Yeah.
Teaching people lockpicking.
See, I got into a disagreement with them on their Discord channel or Discord server, and it wasn't anything where I was being a dick or they were being a dick. I just think we have a different point of view on how to bring more people into the community.
Right.
And, so I kind of left their server, but I tried to join for a long time and couldn't join because there's no chapters in my area. The nearest one is Michigan.
So there, I shared up my screen to show it. I put that logo on the front of the shirt.
Yep.
And then I put this one on the back with the store on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think they'll look pretty cool. So I need to I'm going to get a couple of those ordered up for me at least. And I'm not out to try and say if somebody should be buying any of my swaggy stuff out there, but it was more to at least show forth that, hey, I'm advertising some of your guys' product as well.
You have Instagram or X?
I do.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you've paid attention to Fourth Wall's Discord server.
A little bit.
If you go in there once in a while, they'll post about credits. And they'll have a link where if you go and share it on your Discord on your Instagram or X, depending on what they have it on that particular time, you can earn credits for your shop to where you can go and order samples.
Yep, and they did. They've given me, I've got $25 in credits sitting out there right now. So, and I used it already. They gave me some here a while back, and that's where I ordered up one of my mouse pads from them. And So yeah, it's a pretty cool company. It really is. I've really been felt pretty blessed working with them so far. They've been great. I
I haven't had much contact with them, but every time I do, they're awesome.
I had a phone call with their head guy here a while back. He wanted to talk and see how things were going, and we talked about a few things. And I talked about a couple things sure like to see him add to it. And
Yeah.
they're working on some of them. Some of it he doesn't know how they would do. The shipping part is what frustrates me the most
What
because
is it?
I can't split out the shipping.
Um, yeah,
Everything is the same. And because I drop ship direct from Southern Specialties, well, they do flat rate shipping. So I put in the flat rate shipping. Well, then it wants to include that flat rate shipping for international for everything. And there's no
exactly.
way
And
to split that out.
that's why I had stopped the drop shipping because of that.
Yeah, so I might have to do the same and start ordering in inventory, I guess.
Yep. And they'll work with you if you don't have the money to pay for everything up front. They'll
All
work
right.
with you.
Does the pinning mat have slots for pins and such? Which pinning mat are you talking about? The lockjaw manufacturing? It does. It's over here on this side. There's a
I
full
will.
pin tray. On this one, and then the 3D one that I printed out. This is a pinning tray on the front of it. I'm going to take this one into that CAD program and change it up because I don't want the pinning tray. I just want the stand. So I'm going to take it in and I'm going to remove that part of it and then print out a new one. Because I really don't care for the pinning tray. I don't have enough room on my desk. I'd rather have a small organizer than have that. So got to play with that a little bit. Harley branded Master 220. Nice. Oh, so what's in my store? That's not a pinning tray. It's a desk mat. So it's just a big mat. It's about like a mouse pad, kind of like this, except it's I don't know 2 feet long and deeper than this. So it's not a pinning tray. So no, it doesn't have. I wish it did. I'd like to find a way to do a pinning mat of some sort. And I've thought about talking to those guys and see if they could help me with something like that, or if I could find somewhere that I could have one designed or drawn up. It'd be kind of neat. Something more to work on and play with. It's never ending.
All right, I'm back.
I can do. Yeah, there isn't on the store. There isn't a pinning mat. I don't have one spontaneous. I wish I did. The two things that I have on there is the mouse pad and the desk mat, and neither one of them have any pinning area on it. So if the guy had one of those, which I've thought about getting one of those to use, just have to use a different pinning tray, which I generally do anyway. I don't use the one built into the mat. I usually break out my little ones from Sparrows. It's one thing I will say I like those little portable these from Sparrows. Those are just nice little pinning mats, man. I love them. They do an outstanding job.
I need to go check out their. They have a locksmith challenge over there. I think is what it is. I need to go check it out.
Over where?
Lockjaw. He told me if I did their challenge,
Oh, really?
now he would send me a patch and one of those mats.
Huh. I'll have to go check that out. I like their stuff. They've got some nice stuff. This is my first mat from them. I think I have a couple other things from those guys too, but really nice. I really like the mat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had a pinning mat spontaneous. I've got to find somewhere where I can have one made because I think one would look pretty cool with like this or like that fire, that other logo that I've got on there, the big lock exploding out would be kind of neat in the middle of a pinning mat.
So I got a little thing I'm working on. I need to talk to Aaron about. I'd like to do some of those cards, or the breakaway cards.
Yep.
And I'd like to put magnet sheets on the back of it. So that way you can just use the magnet to retain it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you're needing a pinning mat, Spontaneous, I would really suggest go check out Lockjaw, one of the ones they've got. These things are really nice, and honestly, they're one of the better priced ones that I've seen out there as well.
Yep, and I will tell you, I had one of their old pinning mats in my hand for my last giveaway, and between pinning mats, they have one of the best ones that you can get.
Yeah, that's what I've kind of gathered looking around. They looked amazing.
I haven't got to check out the new one that you have yet, but I do know they designed it around this vise. Is what that in the middle is specifically for.
Right, it's a perfect fit for that vise. But I will say, so I have the large base 3D printed one.
Yeah,
and that fits in there just wonderful as well.
Awesome.
That's one of the things I really need to learn how to pick from a vise. That's been a real struggle for me. I suck at it.
I'm going to be honest, like you can learn to pick from a vise if you really want to. But what I find is more, I say realistic, but it's something like this. And then if you do padlocks, you go like take the side of it and either some eye hooks, which would probably be cheaper, or buy some padlock hasps and screw it to the side.
Right. Oh, absolutely. And that's a little more realistic, but
exactly.
Hey, good morning, Nola. How are you?
It's about damn time, Nola.
The other thing I need to learn how to do is to pick pins up. That's a real struggle for me. The biggest problem I've got is tensioning, being a lefty.
Wait. You've been picking this whole time?
Huh?
You've been picking where you're pressing the pins down this whole time?
Oh, absolutely. That's the only way that makes sense to me. And it works wonderful for me anyway.
Trouble with that.
But picking in hand, I just can't figure out the tensioning properly from the top because it's so awkward and uncomfortable. But I need to play with some. I'm thinking about trying a set of those ergo turners because I think that would allow me to get it off to the side to use my thumb on the tensioner a little better.
Well, like, so if you got like a regular padlock, right, and you want a tension pin up, I suggest something like this or the Z-bars, because then you can just stick it there and use your first finger just like that.
That's for a right-handed picker. Turn it around and try it left-handed. It's uncomfortable as crap and it's hard to hold. Just doesn't work right.
What if you go like that? Or is that going to be in your way?
Well, yeah, it might work to try that, depending on the pick you're using, maybe. I don't know.
That's a good point. I've never really...
It's painful, right? Yeah, I don't think that'll work because then it's way down too low. It's in the way of everything.
Yeah.
We're trying top of the keyway tension. So, then I've tried some bottom of the keyway. I don't have real good luck with that unless I'm raking.
I tell you what, too, is that might be where a vise comes in handy for you. Because then you can just...
Exactly. Then it's a lot easier to tension with the pins up. So then I just got to get used to feeling the pins going that way. Because, again, they feel completely backwards.
Yeah.
The feedback just feels wrong. So I just got to practice with it and learn it.
And that's my issue with the pins down is it just feels weird and wrong. And
see, to me, pins down just feels right, and it's so easy. I have no problem at all. Oh, a little bit of everything there. Nola, I'm bouncing around. Right now I'm playing with some 1100s. Master 6835.
See if I can...
I need to get... I don't have anything that's in the purple belt range to start working on that next level. So I need to find what I should get there and order another lock, I guess. I need to figure out these doggone master lotto locks, man. I have yet been able to open one of those stupid things. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but those things kick my butt every time I pick one up.
See, I've never got my hands on one of those. What I have instead is the Abus lotto lock. I have one of their cores in this.
Yeah. Here's an Avis Lotto lock right here,
Oh,
7440.
mine's
I
the
haven't
7.
opened that thing either, but I've got that, and I've got several of these Master 410s, but neither one of those. I haven't gotten anywhere on those things, and I think it's because of the dead core and the dead shackle. I have another lock that's dead that way, a Master, but I'm able to get that thing picked. But those Lotto locks are a real struggle for me. I don't quite get what I'm doing wrong, but that's part of the fun, right? It's the challenge.
That's what the Avis 7140 is actually how I learned to pick spool pins.
Yeah. So, Matt, you're saying locks out in the wild are often pins upside down. What exactly do you mean by upside down? I think you'd be able to kind of swing it and run them either way, wouldn't you, on a padlock anyway? But, for me, like if I want to work on, say, a door lock, well, everything that way in the U.S. are pins up, and I'd be
Oh,
screwed
no.
because I don't know how to pick them that way.
So that's not true. A lot of the times what you'll get is they come from the factory like this, where they're supposed to be installed on a door
Right.
and pins up. But if you swap it to where the latch is on the opposite side, a lot of people don't know you can pull this out and flip it, so they'll just install it upside down.
Right.
And I see that a lot.
Yeah. But Matt, what you're saying they're often upside down. Depends on your description of upside down. For me, that might be right side up. I need to work on door locks too. I haven't done a whole lot of playing with those. I hear everybody talking about how easy a lot of those are to rake. I have not had that kind of luck, but I guess I haven't really necessarily tried a lot. Because most of what I have are like these that I was given from a locksmith here in town, and as you can see, it's pretty old, pretty beat up, pretty crusty.
Spray some Houdini in it.
Oh, I have, and I've opened them with my leashies before.
Yeah.
But then I tried again, and I couldn't get them to go anywhere with a leashy. So
yeah, you might have springs or something in there.
Oh, they probably are, because I mean they're pretty crusty. They're pretty bad. I don't need that. I need a bottom. Try out your Bigfoot pick.
Oh no, this is just fraud. My Bigfoot's upstairs.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying it out.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot you ordered that.
Well, I think you threw it in with the wedge.
Oh, I might have. You ordered something.
Yeah, I ordered wedge. Your blue wrapped wedge.
Yeah, and then I think you ordered a Bigfoot with it. Hold on.
No, I was surprised when I got it and the Bigfoot was in there.
Here, hold on.
So, you were probably supposed to send this to somebody else, and instead you sent it to me.
Let me check. Yeah, no, you
did. Maybe you're right. You're right. I think I did. I just forgot that I did.
Yep. I was going to say
Z-bar tension at 3 o'clock, palm at 12 o'clock. What? All right, Nola, you better hop on this and show me what you're talking about. Because I don't know what you mean by put it at the 3 o'clock, palm at 12 o'clock. How do you get a Z-bar tension wrench at the 3 o'clock position?
Yeah, Nola, about time you jump on somebody's live. Come on, man.
Instead of just be the lurker out there and harass everybody. Come on in here and explain or show me what you're talking about. Yeah, I need to get some better door lock cores. I just have to go buy a couple of those to play with and learn how to use them.
You got a Home Depot near you?
Oh, yeah.
By Defiant, they have spool pins in them.
Yeah. I have one here. I don't know what this one is. I don't know if you can see the keyway on that thing very well on this camera.
Is that a mortar cylinder?
Yeah, it is. But I don't know what the keyway is on that one.
Oh, show me one more time. Even looking
Yeah,
at the key.
I'm gonna swap cameras to the better camera.
All right.
So maybe you can actually see something because it doesn't. The other one just doesn't focus well. That one's got some crazy. That one's going to be a fun pick.
Turn it the other way, right side up.
Whatever that was, right side up.
Yale. It's a Yale keyway.
Yale.
Yep. Y1.
Yeah. So I've got that, and like I said, I've got like 2 or 3 of these, but these are just really beat up. So they're pretty rough. The other one I need to mess with at some point, but I'm afraid to even touch base into this stupid thing, is this one.
Here's my question is, does anybody here know what keyway this is?
It's the kind that takes a key. I can't recognize. I don't know enough yet to recognize keyways when I see them.
I'm going to be, I picked it out of the book. I got a book with all the keyway references and stuff from Ilco. And just seeing it, I wouldn't have known what it was either.
Sorry. Yale Y1, Matt says.
The one that he has or the one that I have, because this one is not Yale.
See, and this was another case from It's Tactical, a leashy case. Awesome little case. Great little job. And then they closed up and don't have them anymore. New house. So yeah, he was saying that was yours. It was a Yale.
No, Matt, it is not Yale.
It's not Yale.
Can you guys still see me? Or did I go back? Fine.
The one I have, you're saying is a Yale, Matt? Greyhound or Newhouse? Newhouse says the one he has is not a Yale.
The one I have is not Yale. Not Yale at all.
See, I get in here with this leashy on this mortise cylinder, and I mean, there's just nothing. I get one pin that I can feel do anything, and the rest of them, there's just nothing there. So I kind of think it's just trashed. Looks like a best keyway of some flavor is the next guess we got out there. That was from Nola.
Nope. The brand is well known, but I don't know about that particular keyway that I got on there.
Dean, you got a new video uploading, huh? Secret squirrel stuff. Well, if you're uploading it, it ain't very secret.
Make sure you post it in my Discord so we can all find it.
Right? I tried to get Broke to hop on with us this morning so we could talk about his challenge that he's got going on, the Broke Challenge.
I saw that.
Trying to raise some money for the veteran stuff. I think he's working in collaboration with Mitten Maid on that.
I got you.
To try and purchase some Vice bases and beginner pick sets for those guys.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to get with those guys a little bit. Newhouse Lock and Key is his Discord. Apparently, Dean is not in your Discord.
Dean, why are you not in my Discord?
Right? I thought everybody was in your Discord.
I could have sworn Dean was in it.
He said he's going to message you on Discord to get an invite.
All right. Yeah, I could have sworn he was in there.
Yeah. Like I you said, I kind of thought everybody was in your Discord. Everybody who's anybody's in there, Dean, so you're missing out.
Everybody that will accept the request or the invite. Yeah, we've had some people come and go, but that's life.
Yeah, that's how it happens, right? You're not going to get everybody to stay on all the time, and
well, and not
things
only
happen in their lives.
And that I'm a little lax with my rules, and some people don't like that.
But Brooke says he's getting ready to head to his flea market with DK Man. Well, type up real quick in here, Brooke, in the chat about your Broke Picks challenge.
Pick me up something nice, Broke.
And then, yeah, right?
Yeah,
I'll make sure to share that out with everybody. Make sure we get that included in the video.
So if you can't find me on Discord to send a message, if you go to the top of my
Nola's getting him, it sounds like.
Okay. If you go to the top of my YouTube channel, there is a link there to my Discord as well. But yeah, Nola, if you can add some people, that'd be great too, man. Yeah, and invites are open, so anybody can invite people.
Yeah, once you're a member, right, you can invite other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only real rule we have is no religion, no politics, and then the last little rule isn't really a rule, it's just something I prefer, but we don't really enforce it. It's just try to keep subjects in their perspective channel. Other than that, I don't care what you do. Just don't break any laws.
What? Steve says that Dee and Nola will guide you better than Newhouse. I don't know, man. Nola's a little bit of a... He's a chat instigator, man. He might lead you astray. Be careful.
My thing with some of the other channels is I understand the rule too, but they get a little bit too much into it. I think it's rule 2. Don't pick locks and use.
Yeah. Well, there are exceptions to every rule, right?
And I get it to a point, but a lot of them will get upset if you throw a padlock on a box and then pick the padlock.
Right.
Well, we don't. I understand they don't know you own the box or whatever, but a lot of people will do that for a video, and then you can't share it. That's what, like, I even have a channel on there for destructive entry.
Yeah.
Not that we get many posts in it anymore because Cameron Bay left.
Well, I've picked one that was in use, but that was because the guy that owned it asked me to.
Hey, nobody said you had to keep it about locks. Most of our conversations were not about locks.
Right? You booger. Man, I struggle when I have that keyway facing backwards with my right hand.
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
Doing the handcuffs, yeah, for sure.
If I put it the other way and I have it facing backwards on my left hand, I'm fine. Or on my right hand, I'm fine, because then I can use my left hand.
What do you mean facing backwards? And yes, Matt, me too.
Away from my hand, up my arm instead of down.
Oh, okay, so towards your body.
Yep.
And that's how police officers will stick them on you, correct?
Oh, always.
Okay.
You try and do the keyways. Now, this is the first set. So all of the cuffs that I've ever used before, both keyholes face the same direction. This one, they face opposites.
Wait, what? So one... You'll have to show me when you're done.
Jeez, okay. Yeah, once I get this damn thing off me. Yeah, I am just not very coordinated with this with my right hand, so it's a struggle. And for some reason, I'm getting the pick in there, but I'm not hitting the release.
So one of the things that Nola taught me that was a big help is to once I get it to where I think I'm at where that release is to lean back on it. So basically pushing your tip up.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. And it's just like it's falling off the gate. Like I said, a lot of it for me is just being in there with my right hand.
Yeah.
It's just my right hand does not cooperate well.
I have that problem with my left hand.
So I'm cheating. So generally, the way I always used my handcuffs was like this, with the open paw facing up, and that way you could grab it and you could just slap them on the wrist, right?
So like that.
Yep. So on all of my cuffs that I carried, when I would do that, the keyholes were facing up the body, not towards the hand, on both sides.
Yep.
With this Viper Tech, one faces up, one faces down.
Huh.
They're reversed.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a little different that way than what I'm accustomed to. Which is fine. I mean, I don't care. Just a little different.
One of the best things that I've found to shim these handcuffs with is the double-sided pick from Southern Specialties. The double-sided rake.
Really, that fits in, huh? Well, what kind of handcuffs are those? Which ones?
These are the Peerless.
Yeah, I think the Peerless are a lot more open in the shackle. These Viper Techs, they are tight. I don't have a single pick, no matter how thin I go, that will fit in there.
Oh, man. Yeah, see this? I can get this to fit in right here.
I can get in there. These Mokies, I'm not going to damage them, but I can get the Moki to slide in there, but just barely. But I can't trip the paw with it. I don't want to jack those up. They're too nice of a pick set for that. But yeah, I can get that one in there, but that's the only one I've got. Yeah. So it's a snug. These are really tight tolerance picks or handcuffs. Actually, I was pleasantly surprised with them.
So what you're saying is I need to grab those to learn some more.
I haven't played with handcuffs in probably 30 years, but these are really tight. They're really a snug fit.
I tell you what I struggle with is they sent one of these clear cuffs when they sent those. The way the keyway faces on this throws me off. Like I have trouble getting down there to that double block on there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like I said, I was using these clips, and this clip works great for unlocking the cuffs, but it doesn't fit. I can't get it down into to undo the double lock. Now this finer one, that one will go down in to do it, but it isn't quite long enough to do the hasp on the other side to unlock them. So got to swap around a little bit. The 25,000 dog leg pick works outstanding on both ends of it. They work really well in there. Yep, that's what I'm probably going to have to do. Grouchy, order me a Shackleman set. Got them on my store, so it's not like I don't have easy access.
Are you selling them on your store?
Yeah, I put a few different lockpick components on there, and I added the Shackleman. No, maybe I haven't added the Shackleman set in there yet. I wanted to talk to those guys and see if they minded if I listed it. I don't think I have it on there yet.
Ooh, I think I just figured that out.
I don't have any handcuffs, but I've got some of the handcuff cases that they've got available.
Yeah.
The storage and travel cases, things like that. Some of the shims. There we go.
Well, I can get the double lock with one tool. And then shim. So if I make one of these that's got a little bit longer L shape on it, I can get to that double lock going down.
Yeah, see, man, I don't know what my problem is, but I cannot get in there on that right hand or left hand with the backwards facing pawl or keyhole to open the stupid lock.
Well, I tell you what, when they're facing away from you, like towards your hand, I think it's more difficult to open that way.
Oh, God, to me, that is so simple.
Like if I go this way with the keyhole facing my hands,
there.
I struggle more doing it this way than the way that you would normally put them on.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, like I said, I'm happy with the purchase of these Viper Techs for the first set because they're definitely a bit of a challenge. They're very tight tolerance. Like I said, it's kind of weird the way the look down inside of there, the pawl is split in two, so it looks like a double, but they actually actuate at the same time. So it's kind of different that way, but very nice crisp clicks, very nice lockup. They're pretty sweet. Noah said he's getting his lab set up and he'll be on shortly. Thanks for the warning. Huh?
It's about damn time.
Right? You know, he's always a lurker in the chat.
There we go. I got that one. Finally. But yeah, I struggle with it backwards like this.
Yeah. See, I've got to come from the bottom up to put these on in order to get the keyway facing forward on the one side and then top down on the other side. Then I can get them both facing forward. Now that is easy. That I have no problem with. But it's coming that other way that kills me. Now let me grab my picky. All right, got that. See, I can pull them right off that way. That's simple.
Yeah, when I have them the other way, I can get right out of them. Like if I throw them on with the keyway facing me. I can pop right out of them real quick. Grab this.
Yeah. I am the exact opposite. Face them to my hands, and it's a lot quicker, at least on the one side. For some reason, my right hand can actually work at that direction. You know, I'm struggling with the left hand on that. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to hit up my sister-in-law. It's about that time of year here where the garage sales will be firing up hot and heavy here pretty soon, and she is a garage sale junkie. So I'm going to tell her to keep an eye out for padlocks for me.
I tell you what I always buy at garage sales are old vintage hammerheads.
Yeah.
I like restoring them and throwing a handle on them.
No, Broke, I never had anybody get out of handcuffs, but you got to remember, I was in law enforcement way back in the day. We didn't even have cages in the car. So they sat in the passenger seat right next to you. Pretty doggone easy to keep track of what they're doing.
Hello, Lady Law.
Good morning, Lady Locks. How are you? So, and because we didn't have those and I didn't trust the idiot sitting next to me, I always sat with that big old Magpul flashlight. Or not Magpul. Yeah, Mac Mini Mag, whatever those were, the great big rechargeables that I had. I carried that in my lap with my hand on it so I could turn around and use that as a coercion device if needed, if somebody got out of control. But the only time I ever heard of any issues of people trying to get out of handcuffs was usually when they were in a back seat in a cage, where they were able to work and do things. Yeah, we had a guy demo breaking chains on handcuffs for us one time. That was pretty wild. Hey, we've been just having all kinds of fun yakking up a storm, doing a little handcuff action today, a little lock picking, a little lock gutting, a little bit of everything, Lady Locks. We're just kind of all over the board. All right. Well, let's go see. Nola. Morning, sir.
Oh, morning.
How the heck are you?
Making it. Trying to bounce back.
Well, catch you later, Brooke. Good luck. Happy shopping.
Oh. Forgive me if y'all hear some coughing going on. I'm still.
How the hell dare you? How dare you cough and be sick?
Do what?
Yep, the Maglite Billy Club. That thing was amazing. Put a big old dent in the lady's car hood one night with my Maglite. I was working traffic after an event we had here in town. I'm in the intersection flagging cars through, and this gal just about wiped me out, ran the stop sign, almost ran me over. And I know there was a good-sized dent in the hood of her car as she went by because I slammed that light down pretty freaking hard on it. I mean, it was close enough that her side mirror hit me as she went by.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, well, or in a hurry, I don't know, or drunk, who knows.
Let's see if this is loaded.
All right, there, Mr. Nola, you got to show me what you're talking about.
Yep, I'm coming. Let's see. All right. I gotta do the video for this thing, but I'll show you on this one.
Those are fun little locks, aren't they? Snake put out.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you figure out the secret to it?
I've opened mine a few times over, and then I gutted it earlier on today just to have a look at it.
I need to go to the PO box.
All right. Well, so I'm not gonna give away the secret because I don't know who knows about the secret. If you picked yours, I'm sure yours is probably the same as mine. So if you got one waiting for you new, I'm not gonna burn it until you get it and find out for yourself.
I have no idea what he said.
All right. So for holding it in hand, you can. So maybe I'm using the wrong term, but this is what I call a Z-bar.
Oh, okay.
Double-ended turner.
Yeah, this is what I've always called a Z-bar. Are these?
Let's see.
Yeah, you talk about like the Longhorn tension wrenches.
You're talking, yeah, like a Longhorn style. So you're talking like this. These.
Yeah. So one of those.
Yeah.
You can use it either with the keyhole. If you're picking keyholes up, you can use it like this with it at the 9 o'clock, or more like the 10 on these. But you can hold it like that, and then go in and pick this way.
Yeah, that might work. I haven't really messed with them trying to go that direction very much.
Or you can go in the opposite and go on this side like that with it, I guess, more at the 4 on these. And this position is a little tougher to do on camera, only because you gotta try and turn your wrist to be able to pick to show what you're doing. But like picking close to your chest like this works really well, because then you're comfortable and you have everything there to pick this way. Right. If you get what I'm saying, with it in the top of key.
Yeah, it's just kind of an odd crank of the wrist for some of that doing it, but I'm trying to work on it. I'll figure it out, because that's one of the things I need to learn to do is to pick pins up.
Yeah, picking on cameras a lot more awkward
Well, yeah, because
when
you got to
trying to
hold
pick it
everything
in
out in
hand.
front of you more, and you can't pull it right up against you working on it and brace a little
Right.
better. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just an awkward feeling on camera.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, this little
Yeah.
snake lock though is, whew. Yeah, at first it got me. I ain't gonna lie. It took me a minute to
It
figure it
took me
out.
a little bit to get it opened up. Yeah, I've opened it several times now since.
Yeah, once I figured out that secret, it definitely a fun little lock now.
Lefty lessons. Yeah, lefty lessons. The challenge, the struggle is real, folks. The struggle is real.
Yep.
It's kind of like
Oh,
everything else out there in the world. Things are just not made for lefties. Now I saw, who was it? Is that Southern that has the supposed left-handed um, tension wrenches? But I've looked at those and I'm like, I don't get how the hell they would work.
it's not Southern, it's the other company.
Is it Covert?
Yeah, and you talking about those Southpaw turners.
Yeah.
So the concept behind those is it's the same thing as their ergo turners except opposite.
Right.
But those will work in locks that can go counterclockwise.
That's kind of what I was thinking. You would have to have a counterclockwise lock for that to work right.
Like they're
So
useless in 99% of all
that's. I was
padlocks.
thinking of using their regular ergo turners because I could hold it this way and I can use my thumb on the ergo side of it. And I'm thinking that would
Yeah.
probably work. So I'm thinking I might need to try out a set of those just to see how they go to help with that top work.
Now, fair, a bit of a warning of sorts when you're doing left-handed top of keyway at that position that ergo would put you. So you're gonna deal with a lot of issues with the tension wrench wanting to roll out
Yeah.
off, and the problem with that is it'll end up looking like, where's it at?
Like some of my destroyed cores that I already have. Is that what you're saying?
You know that pack lock that you just racked out the top of keyway on.
Yeah, like this one right here.
Yeah, it'll start to look like that.
Yep.
In a fairly short amount of time. Is this the one or is this the one? Which one is it? Because my two original 1100s are like that. This is a 50,000
Yep.
Turner, and when I put that in there now, it just walks out when I try to tension on it.
Yeah, I have another pack lock that's that way. I haven't replaced the core in it yet, but I can't hardly tension it because everything just walks out because I've just rounded it off too bad. And part of that
Yeah.
was the original. I was using the original Southern Specialties Z bar
With the round mouth
with the
on it.
rounded end on it. I hate those because they like to walk out and they tear up keyways so bad. So when he made me these new ones, these titanium ones, they're not rounded out like that, and these work
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the round ones are a bit rough to use.
Yep. I don't care for them. I mean,
Those got to be
they'll work
used
in a
very
pinch, but
carefully.
boy, they're hard on a keyway.
Yeah. Yeah, those got to be used very carefully, very light-handedly.
Yeah.
Oh, now I
Yep.
heard you struggling with a lotto lock, huh?
Oh man, these 110 lottos, or even this Abus lotto that I've got. I've got probably 5 of these 110s. I have yet been able to open a single one of them damn things.
Talking
I
about the
just
410?
don't get it. Yeah, these are the 410s
All right. So, are you trying to pick it in hand or in a vise?
in hand. I do almost everything in hand where I can. It just feels better to me.
All right. And you're picking. So you can actually pick that one bottom of keyway. You have does your key say 401 on it?
Yeah.
All right. So you can pick it the same way I pick mine, pins with the pins. You can pick it pins up with bottom of keyway on that one. If you're using at least a 19 thousandths of center pick, I prefer as thick as I can fit, which I usually. Excuse me. Ooh.
Yeah,
Still
there's pretty
struggling here.
tight keyways, so you got to use a finer A finer
I use
pick.
like a 19 thou, and I use, where's my twisted bottom of keyway at? My twisted wrench. I had to make room in here for the missus to use it to do a
I've got
lockdown
some of these
test.
twisted ones that came in my Sparrows kit. I really haven't used them much.
Oh no, well I'm using I
But
use I don't use the default twisted. It's just that they're too wide. I just tend to use a little wiper blade because this
right.
is what I use to go bottom of keyway with it.
Well, I've got the twisted one that Broke Picks gave me as well.
So I
But
go in, and it looks like it's gonna sit awkward and want to bind. So I don't know if you can see how that's sitting in
yeah,
there.
yeah, this one's kind of sitting the same way.
So for those, you got to find your standard pin, or your, I call it a standard pin because the serrations are so light it's almost useless. There's always going to be one serrated pin. It's usually on pin 5 or pin 6. Find that, set it, it'll drop into your false set. And because it's a dead core, you don't have to use extreme tension.
Right.
So once you find that and it drops into your false set, then it's just a matter of, and the reason why I like bottom of keyway is when I press down to pick up, it's putting pressure on the tension wrench instead of digging into the plastic and binding me. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. Absolutely. I'm just looking here to see what the right pick would be to get in there with.
So you have Jimmy Longs? No?
I have a Jimmy Long gym set, and then I've got some Mokes as well.
If you got Moki, a Moki short hook should do the trick.
That's
They're
what I
pretty
was
much
just
the
looking
same.
at. That should be the short hook right there.
Because I think Moke's what, 18,000s?
I don't know. Are they that thick?
I think their
They,
thickest picks are like
I,
18.
I haven't measured these yet. They feel like they were awfully thin, and when I was looking at their site, it didn't say.
Which set did you buy?
These were sent to me. I didn't buy them, but it's the God, I don't remember what set they were. I don't remember what they're called. It's
They either
it's a six pick set, and then it came with
This fucking evil bastard.
it came
they
with
might
6 tension wrenches.
I think they probably are I think they are like
It's
18,000s or
I've
something.
been real cautious and easy on using these just because they feel like they're so thin. I don't want to risk jacking them up, so I try and use them just where I really need that finer pick.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's what it is. Minimalist set for Moki.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
They're really nice. It's very nice. I really like these handles, the way they screw on.
Yeah.
It's a nice set of picks.
All right, so I'm looking at you digging around in there.
I'm trying to figure out how to get to the back end of it. I'm having a hard time getting past the tension
That's
wrench and
why.
get the back of the pick or the back of the lock.
All right, so let's see. You might be using yours might be a little too thick. Your tension wrench. You might need. You don't have a wiper blade laying around, huh?
No, I don't have any wiper blades, but I've got some very thin ones here in the Moki set.
Try
One set.
using the top of keyway side. You try sticking the top of keyway side in and see if it'll hold in place when you drop it, because it's gonna want to lay completely flat like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you can fit your pick.
if you use the thinnest one from the Longhorn set, use the top of the keyway side, it's about the same size as a wiper blade.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you have 30,000s laying around.
Let's see. There's my thinnest one.
See if you can work it, if you can feel it to the back.
Yeah, now I can drop in there. All right.
Nice.
Got
So
a few
just
pins and
with like barely any tension, I'm talking like I'm barely holding this thing in place. I'm just basically supporting the tensioner. I'm not putting any real pressure on it.
Yeah. That's what I found too on Snake's Lock.
Yeah.
Barely tension that baby at all.
Yeah. Now this dead core, you don't have to, because it's a dead core, you're not fighting spring tension.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
can
Got to be careful.
barely, like you could almost hold it this way with with just the weight of the tensioner, and it'll let the
Yeah.
pin set for itself.
So Matt's Lock Shop out there is asking if anybody is using the Rytan mini picks. I
Okay.
haven't seen those yet.
I have
So
not, but I will
I,
say that the head spinner is awesome.
all right. So Matt, um, yeah, I had bought a right hand. I didn't have the mini picks, but I bought a right hand. It was supposed to be a right hand. It was a right hand full ball like this one. I bought it, and the first time I used it, it turned into that. I'll never touch a right hand pick in my life. This thing is absolute dog water.
Wow.
Dog water. I can't stand. I tried. I gave them a fair chance, but I can't stand right hand.
Now, I'm not sure about their picks, but I will tell you if you want a decent plug spinner, you buy their pocket plug spinner. It's awesome.
So how you looking over there, Gray? You went to the back and found like I said, you're looking for a standard slash slightly serrated pin at either pin 5 or pin 6. You won't
Yeah.
get any until you can get that set. You won't be able to make anything happen.
I'm trying to feel it in there. I still struggle with feeling what my pins are telling me real well too.
What's
I have a lot to
which
learn, a lot of work yet to do. I'm going to drop over here and I'm going to grab my.
what's your bitten look like on that key right there for it? Let's see.
Oh, let me change cameras because this camera does not focus worth a crap. There we go.
All right.
That was a bear,
So
I think.
so yeah, you got all right. So if pin 6 is just serrated, you got to get past pin 5. Um
Yeah, I might need to
and
grab a different one for starting out on these because, like I said, I've got about 5 of these locks.
it's doable, but you're gonna have to get in and get all the way to the back. And the good thing with these is because struggling what you said you're struggling with the pin feel. If you can find once you find your pin, you'll know if you're where you need to be because it'll drop into a false set. Once you hit the pin you're looking for, it'll drop into its false set, and then the rest is just work and counter rotation. So it kind of sort of simplifies it. That's a very
Yeah,
simplified explanation, but
yeah, I'll keep playing with them. Like I said, they're my struggle bus right now. Is these Lotto locks, and it's the same way even with this Avis one.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a challenge. And I
yeah,
really think a lot of it is because it's a dead core, dead shackle. You don't have that same feedback that you do from the springs, so it's just a learning curve.
yeah. Let's see, I mean, I
Like
can
I
do it.
have a master, one of those US locks. That's a dead core, dead shackle. I can pick that one, but that one took me a little while. Again, same thing. That dead core, dead shackle kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah, it's definitely a different feeling.
Yeah.
You're all right.
You,
But to me, that's part of the challenge, right? Is I find something that I haven't felt before, and then that helps me learn and pick up skills I can use on other ones too. So I'll get there.
mm,
I'll keep fighting it.
All right,
yep.
guys, I'm gonna jump off. You guys have a good time.
Have a
Yeah,
good one, man.
I'm probably going to have to call her quits here before too long as well. I'll give it a little more, but I got things I need to get accomplished today too.
Yeah, I gotta try and put some videos together. get some
Yeah,
interest.
I did a couple yesterday, and I need to get better about doing the videos and then save them and slowly release them through the week instead of just dumping them all at once. But it's like I get it done and I'm like, all right, I'm here. I'm just going to upload it.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
But that's all right. That's not all bad either, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, Snake's Lock, that was kind of neat. I pulled it apart, and I didn't really find anything overly surprising in there.
It was the fact that it's deceiving. Now I don't know if yours is deceiving, but
Well, especially if you look at the key,
yeah,
you'll be deceived on what you find in the lock.
yeah, it threw me
But
for a loop.
he included a note and told me about it, so
Oh
he,
well,
he was kind to me, being the relative newbie that I am.
that's
So
funny. He was nice to you. My note was more of just hilarity than informative, which was part of the plan.
yeah, mine told me about something that he did to the lock, so that's why I wanted to get it because I wanted to see if he had modified other pins, and he actually got a pretty sick little pin stack in there. I don't
Nice.
know if you've gutted yours yet, but
I haven't taken it all the way apart. I just
it's
once I got it open at least 3 times, I pulled the core out and just spun it to look and see if what I thought I was feeling was what I was actually feeling.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's all you
I pulled it
see.
all out today, but then after I got done with that, I printed out a 3D tray, and that's now one of my
Oh,
display
nice,
locks on my desk. So
nice. Yeah, I need to get me some of those eventually.
I kept his little note to go with it. So yeah, one of the guys that works for me, I was talking to him about 3D printing, and somebody was selling some on Facebook here, and I was asking him if they were any good because he's a big 3D printer guy. He goes, I wouldn't recommend that for a starter one. He goes, I tell you what, he said, I have one. He said, I haven't fired it up in a couple of years now. I'll sell it to you for $100.
Oh wow.
And he had already upgraded all of the stepper motors and the print head and all of these different things in it. And that thing is so freaking quiet. I've never heard a 3D printer that runs that quiet in my life. It is wonderful.
Wow.
So I've been printing up a storm, and that's where I bought one of the wedges from Newhouse. But I carry it in my pocket, and I didn't want it cutting holes in my pocket. So I got on a CAD program and I built a sleeve to slide over the tip, and it's a pressure fit. It's got a little tab on the top that locks in and
Oh,
snaps right on
nice.
there. It isn't going to come off while it's in my pocket. And that way I'm not going to be cutting holes in my jeans carrying it.
Nice. Yeah, I don't have the space or the time to try and learn anything about 3D printing. I'm gonna
Well,
leave that to somebody who knows more.
the next up, my wife wants us to get a laser engraver.
Eh,
And I'm like, yep, I'm all for that. I think that'd be kind of sweet to be able to do my own lock engravings and pick
Right.
engravings, whatever the heck I wanted to do, or leather engravings. I went down and I did engrave my logo on there on this Southern case. It'd be kind of
Oh, nice.
neat to be able to offer some of that out as well. If somebody wants custom engraving.
Yeah. Yeah, custom engraving is cool. I like
Yeah,
that.
we've got a pretty slick setup here with our college. They've got a lab you can go into. They charge what is it, $30 for a day pass, and
Oh wow.
they've got 4 different laser engravers. They've got about 8 3D printers. They've got CAD stations, and you can use all of it. So that's where I went.
Nice.
I went down there and did some lock engraving, and that's what I did with this lock. That I'd engraved that down in their lab.
Yeah, sweet.
I did the weather engraving in there because all their stuff is ventilated. So Aaron engraved one for me at his shop to try it out, but his isn't vented outside, so he smoked out their shop.
Yeah, that's always fun.
But hey, he gave it a try.
Right. So since you've done it there, let me ask you this. If you're with the engraving, how does it end up being white? I don't know crap jack shit about the
Well,
engravings. So how
I,
does it end up being white?
I think it depends on what you're engraving, the material you're engraving into, and the power you're using. Like this is aluminum. These are
Right.
aluminum body locks. So once you carve down to the aluminum, that's just what the raw aluminum looks like underneath there. But
Okay,
it
that
depends
makes
on
sense.
what you're engraving, right? So like, Southern engraves on these, and they don't come out with that white look.
Yeah, and that's why I was
Right.
asking because this one Lock Squash gave me, which is fucking phenomenal. It comes
Yeah.
out in that dark, that brass turns that black, like when it comes out black when it's engraved. That's why I was like trying to
Right.
figure out
And,
how they get the white.
and I think it depends on the power that you use and the type of laser that you're using as well, right? I mean, they're
Okay.
not all necessarily created equal. CO2
Yeah.
lasers do one thing. That's what I was using, was a CO2 laser. Some of the others, they engrave things a little bit differently and look different. But part of what you can do, I think, for that black is like if you run a Sharpie marker and Sharpie over it and then engrave it,
Mm.
you'll get that black output.
Hmm.
It's
Okay, so
almost
maybe
like
they're
it.
using.
It's almost like it engraves and then embeds that marker into it, and then you just take some alcohol afterwards and clean off the rest of it, and you're good.
Almost like they're using a stencil
Yeah. Have a
in
good day,
place when
Grouchy.
they do
Thank you for
the.
stopping by. Yeah,
Okay.
it's almost like using a stencil at that point, so it helps with it. Yeah, so
Okay.
there's a lot to learn there. There's a lot to learn on all of it, but
Yeah, it's definitely a learning curve. I am
I
not
think
in
it'll
a
be fun.
position to learn.
Yep,
I
yep.
got
I
too much
think it'll
other
be
crap I
fun.
gotta do. Too much other crap to learn. Oh.
You and me both. You and me both. I've biting off more than I can chew, and I need to go spend a bunch more time at the range. I need to get out and work on my long range shooting again some more.
Oh, I haven't done long range in so long. Oh my lord.
I've I've been working up a load for a rifle of mine, and my goal with it is to make it to a mile.
Oh, nice. I haven't done anything even remotely long range in absolutely years. I've done the typical, I say typical, but I don't even know how y'all used to do y'all's annual qualifications if y'all use the indoor range with the 300-meter tiny target. But
Oh, we did some of that back in the Clinton era days where military budget and spending was cut so bad we were actually using 22 long rifle adapters in our ARs, and then we
oh
shot
wow.
that short range stuff on the little simulated distance targets for qualifications. But
Yeah, we
my
were
initial
using,
qualifications with the M16, that was iron sights out to 550 meters.
y'all did 550.
Yep.
Damn, we were only doing 300 meters, and that was the longest that the base I was at. That was the longest that the ranges were
Yeah,
was
that
the
was
300 meters.
that was part of my the advanced infantry school. That was
Okay,
We
all
had to
right,
qualify out to that distance with that.
that makes more sense. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. See, I wasn't infantry, so once
Yeah,
basic was
I
over,
was
I went out.
infantry sitting down in Fort Benning, Georgia.
Uh, yeah.
Hated that place. What a crap hole.
They just opened up the new the tower, the two tall towers again, the two
Oh
tall
yeah,
jump towers.
yeah.
Well, they just opened up. What was it? The 300 meters. I forgot what they were, but they just ran their first drops on it maybe a month ago after being closed for God knows how long.
We had a guy off himself at one of those towers while I was down there.
That could have been why it got shut down. I don't
Got
know.
it. Well, this was back in the '80s, but he got out off of the tower and had a knife with him, pulled it out and cut his jump cords. Landed on the hood of a 5-ton.
Oh wow. Yeah, people get creative when they're desperate.
Yep. And it's. I kept trying to tell other guys that I was in with down there. It's like, guys, this is all just a mind game. All you got to
Yep.
do is learn to play the mind game, and you'll be fine.
And I don't
That's
know,
all
man.
basic training was how can we mess with your mind and see if you crack. And
See,
we had guys crack. They just couldn't handle it.
and what I don't get is I don't know if it was different back then, but these days the quickest way to go home is to graduate.
Yeah,
The quickest way
absolutely.
out is to graduate. If you try to get out, you're gonna sit for 45 or more while
Yep.
waiting on discharge paperwork.
Yep.
Like
Absolutely right.
we had one dude at basic flip his wig and on fire guard one night and start beating himself in the head with his rifle till he split his head open and got put on suicide watch. And we all graduate, and this fool was still
Oh,
there.
he's still sitting there. Right.
He
Yeah.
sat there all through my AIT. I reached out to a couple of people, and I finished AIT, and this clown was still at freaking basic, waiting on discharge paperwork. They
Yeah.
do that shit to make you regret wanting to get out.
Yeah. Matt, I was there in 87, I think was 87. I think 87 I did my basic. Was it 86 or 87? And then I was there the next year for my AIT. I didn't do them back to back. But yeah, it was 86, 87 time frame that I was there.
Yeah,
Staying
I
in
was
the
way
old World War II basic or barracks that they had. Those things sucked.
back.
They had just opened up the new big concrete ones that were all air conditioned and all of this stuff. Yeah, I didn't get that. But those guys were sick the whole time. They kept it so cold in those barracks, and then they'd come out in that hot and the humid, and they were constantly sick.
Yeah,
But
I was at Fort Jackson. We were up on the hill in 239, and the trailers were I say fairly new, but they were
yeah,
trailers. But some of the ranges we went to, like Omaha Beach and stuff, they still had some of the old latrine setups with the elbow to elbow toilet seats.
yep,
Yeah, that
yep,
was interesting.
yep. That's what we yeah. Those barracks that we were in, they were all on stilts, so they sat about 4 feet off the ground, and that was for when the rain would come through, it could just wash out underneath it and not damage the buildings. But
Yep.
yeah, Fort Benning for jump. I was supposed to go to jump school. I was signed up to go to jump school, and then my dad had a heart attack, and I ended up getting a medical exemption to not go, so I could stay home and help him take care of the farm while he was recovering from that. So
I wanted jump school, but I'm kind of glad I didn't
yeah,
because my cycle at AIT, the guys that were finishing up and were waiting on jump school were they were in a weird predicament because they had like a month and a half holdover time before jump school. So they literally were just stuck at AIT as a holdover
oh
waiting on jump school. I'm so glad I
yeah,
didn't do that.
yeah,
Especially since I was only reserve, I wasn't active duty. So once I
yeah.
was done with AIT, I came home.
I was the same. I was reserve. Um, Army Reserve in an Arctic Light Infantry unit. So we did most of our training and work in the coldest, shittiest weather we could find.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, you can keep that. Mine was I was a generator mechanic, so I went to Ordnance Island at Fort Lee for AIT, and then the closest I came to an Arctic environment was when I had to go to godforsaken Fort McCoy in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, trained there more than once.
Yeah, we went there for this new training called Operation Cold Steel, which was basically um, convoy support because I was part of a transportation unit.
Right.
So we were doing convoy support, and I was M2 gunner on top of the damn Humvee.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a
See,
fun time.
we were just getting Humvees in. So I was 4 years in the reserves, and then I moved to Wyoming, and I came into the guard, and I was artillery here, um, 155 howitzers, and we were just getting the Humvees in when I got out. So I never really got to play with those much. But when I was originally in, we weren't Arctic Light in the beginning. I was only in for, man, less than a year before they changed us. So we had the old deuce and a halfs that were the multi-fuel. They would burn anything you put in them, they'd run.
Yeah,
And then we had gamma goats. I don't know if you ever saw those.
I don't recognize the name. I might recognize the vehicle.
Oh, they're amazing. They were old rigs, but they were an amphibious 6-wheel drive hinged in the middle rig.
Okay, we didn't have any of those in my unit,
We would
so
take
I
those
never
things
saw
out in the
those.
swamps and crap. We'd go out with 2 of them and one lead away and just see how far you could go before you could get stuck. And it was insane. We'd take it out in the lake that we had by us, go fishing.
No, wow.
Those things were awesome. They were so cool. They
Yeah, that
sucked.
sound
They were
like
a pile
fun.
of junk, but they were cool. But then when they moved us to Arctic Light, they took away all of our vehicles, increased the weight of our pack, and then we got to start riding around in Hueys and did some rappelling out of helicopters and helo casting and crap like that.
Nice.
So that was fun. I enjoyed the helo casting. Was a good time, and
Yeah.
rappelling was a good time. Yep, old school Army Gamma Goats. Those things were amazing, man. They were something else. Terrible. They were loud, noisy, stinky beasts, and you take them out in the water, and you had to make sure you had something with to help bail water out because they leaked like a sieve.
Yep.
But they would float,
Nice.
and they would churn their way across the water. It was the front had room for the driver and like one or two passengers, and then the back section was either seating or storage for additional people.
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah, they were a cool rig. We didn't have those very long before they got rid of those, but we were when I was in that Army Reserve unit, we were attached to the 6th Infantry Division out of Alaska, and even though we were Army Reserve, we were considered frontline troops, so we got new equipment well ahead of when regular military would get it. I had friends who were regular military, and I'd be talking about, yeah, we just got our M16A3s out, and we're playing with those going through. I'm like, what? We've heard about them. We've never seen one. I was in one of the first units trained up on the saw. We were
Oh,
carrying
nice.
saws around, and other units hadn't even seen them yet.
Nice.
So it was a lot of fun. We got to play with a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I tell you, when I was at Operation Cold Steel doing that training, I got to use the PAS 13 HB thermal scope.
Yep.
Oh, that thing! I'd never been more in love in my life.
Yeah. We didn't have anything that cool again while I was in. I was too far back. But we had the old original, was it the AN-PVS-4 night vision scope for the M16s.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what a
Yeah.
big tank. So then when I came here to Wyoming and I went through SWAT school, and I was down to the armory getting my SWAT gear issued out to me, I'm looking, I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing with an AN-PVS-4? And the guy looks at me and goes, you know what that is? Yeah, I know what that is. Goes, do you know how to use it? Said, well, yeah, I was qualified on it. Great, here you go. Take that. Here's an M16 to go with it.
Wow.
So I had an old original M16A1 with an AN-PVS-4 in the trunk of my car.
Yeah, that's what we trained on the A1s. We didn't even have the A2s at base. Well, no, I'm sorry. The A1 had the full pew pew setting.
Yep.
The A2 only went to triple pew.
Went to 3. Yep.
Yeah, we had the 3 rounds, so we had the A2s at basic. I
Yeah,
didn't
we
even
had
see.
A1s in basic when I went through there, and that's what we had at my unit as well. But as soon as the A2s came out, we got those issued to us. And then I don't remember what the difference was from the A2 to the A3, but they gave us A3s. I never had the M4s.
I want to say I think the only difference was maybe barrel length and possibly the front shroud. I think it went from that round shroud to that triangular shroud.
Yeah.
I think. I don't remember off the top of my head because I never
Yeah.
actually. I don't know if I've actually held one in person because we went from the A2s at basic and then we had the M4s at my unit. And honestly, I hated the M4 with the adjustable stock just because where my cheek position was.
Right. Yeah, we never. I was out before they went to the M4s.
Not a bad thing. The M4's effective range is a lot less than the M16s.
Right.
'Cause
Well,
they
yeah, because you had
went
that
down.
shorter barrel.
Yeah,
More
which I mean makes
maneuverable, but
sense. Yeah, I mean it made sense because most of the combat was close quarters. But when you're using an M4 with an ACOG and still having to qual out the 300 meters, it made it a little bit tougher when you're trying to qual out.
yeah.
But yeah, I hate the ACOG. I like my iron sights.
Yeah, I never used the ACOG. We didn't really have anything. The only thing we had that would have been considered an optic was the night vision. Other than that, everything
Yeah,
was iron sights.
but that dang, oh man, that past 13, ew, that mofo there. And I was using it on the M2 because we were doing a lot of night firing and stuff like that. And when I tell you that is a badass scope, it's like a
Which,
$14,000-15,000 scope.
which one?
The past 13,
Ah,
it's it can run like multiple levels of thermal. It's got like 8 different viewing settings on it, and oh, that thing is I love it. I
yeah.
absolutely love it, but it broke my nose, so I don't like it for that.
Yeah,
It
so
wouldn't do it.
the A3 they went back to full auto instead of the 3 round.
Oh, that's what it was.
I know. I know that was one of the first things we did when we got a hold of the A2s was we ripped the triggers apart so we could see how it operated, how it functioned.
Yep, just a couple of little adjustments here and there that won't be spoken about online
Yep.
because, yeah,
The overlords would be unhappy.
yeah, yeah. They don't like that kind of talk.
But yeah, it was fun times. I got to play with a lot of cool stuff. That was part of that unit, man. I got my hands on things that a lot of people have never been able to touch, let alone live fire. I got the live fire stuff that was just crazy, stupid, expensive.
Nice.
You know, we had the saws. I was trained up on the law rockets. I got to live fire those. Tow rockets, tow missiles. I actually got to live fire one of those.
Nice.
I was trained up on the stingers. Never got to live fire those, but I got to do the simulated little mini version that they had. Play with those a little bit. Got
Oh,
to
sweet.
live fire touch off Claymore. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, it was a great time. For being a reserve unit, I got to play with a lot of cool crap.
Yeah, we didn't. Our reserve unit wasn't quite that. We weren't that fancy. We had all the leftovers and hand me downs and
Right.
all the crap. Our unit didn't even have. We didn't even have a MKT. We didn't even have a damn mobile kitchen tent for the first 4 years I was there,
Well,
and we were
we
going to
had a full set
Piccadilly's.
of cooks, a full kitchen staff in the beginning. When they moved us to Arctic Light, we lost our kitchen staff and went to nothing but engineering.
Damn, yeah, we had oh, like we had E5 and E6 cooks at the unit, but we didn't have anything for them to cook on. So we had a contract with Piccadilly's, and every drill we'd go to Piccadilly's for lunch.
Oh, that's funny. No, they cooked us some freaking amazing food. They really did an outstanding job. But we had a full kitchen, and I think we had 4 cooks for the unit.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
was a good time. Well, dudes, I need to hop off of here. I got other crap I need to work on today and get done. So thank you for helping out, Noah. Appreciate it. Appreciate you showing me
Well,
that with the tensioning. I'll be playing with that a little bit, and the same with those lotto locks. I might grab one of my different ones that maybe has a little more forgiving key to begin with. But
yeah.
I'll play with those and then move on from there.
Sounds like a plan. Well, it's
Thank you
been
much,
fun.
everybody. I truly appreciate everybody who hops on with these and joins in every weekend. I love the chat and watching the communications and joining in with you guys and talking about what's what and showing things off and playing around a bit. So
Yes,
here's to
sir.
learning and loving and living, man. Keep it up.
That is.
All right. Catch you.